Hello and welcome to Homer for Tuesday, August 26th, 2025. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we'll be reading from lines 822 to 836 in Book 11 of the Iliad, in which Eurypylus speaks to Patroclus on the nature of the doctors in the Achaean company right now. I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for being here with me today. And to him again made answer the wounded Eurypylus. No longer, Zeus-born Patroclus, will there be any defense of the Achaeans, but they will fling themselves upon the black ships. For verily, all they that aforetime were bravest lie among the ships smitten by darts or wounded with spear thrusts at the hand of the Trojans, whose strength ever waxeth. But me do thou succor, and lead me to my black ship, and cut the arrow from my thigh, and wash the black blood from it, with warm water, and sprinkle thereon kindly simples of healing power, whereof men say that thou hast learned from Achilles, whom Charon taught, the most righteous of the centaurs. For the leeches, Podalerios and Machaon, the one methinks lieth wounded amid the huts, having need himself of a goodly leech, doctor, and the other in the plain abideth the sharp battle of the Trojans. Fantastic. Let's sing it in the Greek. Ton dautarupalos peblemenos andion euda. Wakati Diogenes Patroclus algarakaion. Esatayale nausi melaines sin beseuntai. Hoimen garde pantes osoi parose sanaristoi. Enosin keatai beblem menoi uatamenoite. Kerasin hupotro wondon destanos ornutai aien. Alme mensus aos on agon bineia malainan. Merudek namoiston apautu daima kalainon. Nis tu datili arroi epidepia parma capace. Eslata se protifasi nakila uosta didachthai. On kerron eridax edikai ototos kendauron. Ietroimen garbodalerios edemakaun. Ton meneni clisies inoiu mai helkos echonta. Creis donta kai alton amuomonos ieteros. Kestai oden pedioi troon mene oksunareia. Wonderful. So all these doctors, I think it's interesting, maybe enough to talk about the instruction here, right? Tade se protifas in akilaos dedidachthai. Great aorist middle verb, passive verb here. Is that right? Perfect passive, I think, actually. Dedidachthai. I don't know why my internet is so slow. I literally have it connected to, what's it called? It's probably this website, the old Perseus website. Somebody really needs to make a good one. Anyway, yeah, reduplicative perfect, yeah. So, what's it called? Pluperfect, right? Dedidachthai, right? Eslatase protifas in akilaos dedidachthai, right? Really, really great form here. Epidepia pan makapase, right? So, pour these soft, simple remedies that are good, esla. These esla, which you, tase protifasi nakileios, dedidachthai, were taught by Achilles, Achilles teaches Patroclus. And who taught Achilles? Achilles was taught by Charon, right? Who is the most just of these centaurs, which is a very interesting sort of appellation for a centaur, because generally centaurs are not very just, right? Generally centaurs are animals, right? In the Greek world, they're quite lawless, so to speak. Basically, it's important because it alludes to the vast amount of epic poetry that we don't have that has to do with Achilles' upbringing, the story of Achilles being young. Just as the Iliad is a story about Achilles doing other main character things abroad, so too was there a lot of Homeric poetry and epic about how Achilles was raised. And so this seems to be alluding to that. Tasse pro ti facin. They say that you learn this from Achilles, right? Who says it, right? The poet in the Iliad and the Odyssey often does this, sort of references like they are saying, when in reality it's sort of like him, the poet, in the moment and performance, referencing the great vast corpus of epic knowledge that the audience is enjoying. Anyway, the only other thing that I think is worth mentioning here is we're talking about wounds. We've already heard of Machaon, right? It's kind of a pathetic passage, but I just also think it's interesting that Achilles and Patroclus are both doctors, right? Not only are they wise in battle and they're some of the strongest as chieftains, but they also have the ability to help their comrades, which we shall hopefully see next time as we catch up with the end of Book 11. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye.